Hey, what up YouTube and Marvel Universe community and all you Legends fans out there. Here I am again, Tony from Collecticon Studios. It's been a while. I was waiting on getting this nice HD camera. You know, you guys have heard me in the past complain about my BlackBerry camera. Now, that's a thing of the past. Today, Marvel Universe line's version of the Winter Soldier, or aka Bucky Barnes. Absolutely an amazing figure. Marvel, again, has outdone themselves. I was not expecting, I guess, the level of quality when they decided to come out with this figure, but overall, the sculpt is just brilliant. We have a new tooling here as far as the arm is concerned, the cybernetic arm. We have the tubular thing there. I mean, great accessories. We'll get into that in a moment. But let me give you a little backstory on this one. I'm at home, you know, Dellin 757, my brother calls me up and goes, hey, Toys R Us has got that new wave that you're looking for. So I'm thinking, the first thing in my mind is, I'm like, Archangel, right? He's like, nah, you're not that lucky. Still don't have an Archangel yet, so if anybody out there has one that's up for grabs, trade or sell, let me know. But he tells me it's not the Archangel run, but it is the other wave after that. And he says they have the Winter Soldier. So here he is, guys. Love the shoulder harness. I mean, just a magnificent figure. Look at that. You got ammo pouches there. The thigh holster there. Pistol is removable. I mean, this guy is loaded with features. Definitely. There's his pistol there, auto pistol. Definitely one of the figures you guys should snag up in the line. But I can't wait to do something interesting with this guy and maybe put him in like an articulated comic book art sequence or display or something just really cool. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about the Winter Soldier. I do know he used to be Bucky Barnes, which was Captain America's, you know, sidekick, like the Marvel version of Robin to Batman. That's what this guy was initially. I never liked that gimmick, but I do enjoy him as the Winter Soldier. Recently thought out by the Russian government and remnants of the KGB, and now brought back as the ultimate assassin for the Kremlin. So here he is again, up close and personal for you guys to see. Standard articulation. You know, here we do those pseudo reviews. We don't really ever get into that stuff heavily. I mean, bends at the wrist, at the elbow joints. You have swivel joints there. These accessories, I imagine, are removable except for the shoulder harness here, but this belt. But I don't think you can remove it without damaging it overall, so I wouldn't recommend that unless, of course, you're gonna kind of just keep it that way permanently or modify it or customize it or something. Little idea for you guys, because you know I'm always customizing things and you know doing stuff like that. This would make an interesting cable figure if we got rid of this part here. But it would be a very slim trim Nathan Summers. And I'll be reviewing one of the cables that I did out of, believe it or not, a Colossus later on this week. Right now I'm being joined by Sean and Aaron. Say what's up to YouTube.
What's up?
Now you guys, side note, are new to the articulated comic book art genre.
Yeah.
Yes. And I know you guys don't know a whole lot about comics, whatever, but you came to the house with my brother Devon, who's working now with Collecticon Studios, and you saw this stuff. And what were your initial thoughts?
I thought the attention to detail was amazing, and just the overall, like, how realistic it looks, and how much, like, you can do with this stuff.
Well, cool. I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you're going to be checking us out, I'm sure, in the near future, and there's other guys like Boog Nice that kind of pioneered this art, and Dellin 757, Grand Hulk 80. I'll give you a list, and you as well, Sean, of some of the heavy hitters, and you guys can kind of track our movement and growth, and possibly share it with our, you know, your friends and with other people out there. What about you, Sean? What was one of the things that stood out to you?
Definitely the attention to detail. The creativity behind the artwork it's just mind-blowing. The way it kind of brings out the characters and just the way that Marvel's done what they've done, I should say, with the figures and the way that you can articulate them and create art to display that and sell that and whatnot. It works.
That's cool, man. I couldn't have said it better myself. And you're right. And the reason I said that is because being that this guy's from the Eastern Bloc and all that, I'm going to do a piece of articulated art that I'm going to share with YouTube, and you guys have already seen it. So it's kind of a secret, but it's going to be something that's going to definitely incorporate this character amongst others in the line. That's going to be really interesting, and I think you guys saw that in the house, and you thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys watching right now as a side note. And, you know, getting back to this guy right here, and these guys kind of just showed up while I was doing this video, and I just like, well, hey, I'm going to ask you a few questions. But this guy, if you don't have him, go get him. I mean, he's a must. My brother Dylan 757, I don't know if he has him yet. I was with him. I think he picked up the Iron Spider and the Iron Patriot that morning, and he was debating on this one. Dylan, if you're listening, go get him. But anybody else who's out there, go check him out. He comes with the standard stuff, the top secret Fury files, or now I think it's, let me see if it's Fury or Norman. Now this is interesting. With this one here, actually, if you guys can see that on the camera here, actually, where this memorandum comes from is blotted out. So I don't know where it comes from. I imagine it's from his KGB handlers or whatever. But that was just interesting. This is just kind of some footnotes on his recent activities with the Russian government. He also comes with the stand with his name on it, the Winter Soldier. Believe it or not, I don't like this. Now, I don't like the whole thing that Marvel's doing now with putting the names on the stands, because sometimes, you know, you may get a couple of these guys and you know, have some extra stands. You may trade some figures off and you keep the stands, and then you're charged with having the name of, like, let's say Captain America on your Cyclops, you know, figure when you display them. So what I do a lot of times, a little helpful hint for you guys, is I just either, you know, use a paint marker, get rid of that stuff, or spray paint these things, and it just kind of helps them, you know, be more universal. So that's just like a little side note there. We'll run through the accessories again in our pseudo review, where we have his M203 grenade launcher hooked up to his M16, and then of course this appears to be a Glock 9mm, and that is my review of the Marvel Universe line Winter Soldier, aka Bucky Barnes. If you don't have him, go get him. I highly recommend him. Well, that's all the time I have here today at Collecticon Studios, guys. I just picked up a whole bunch of figures, so be checking back in the near future for more reviews and more interesting stuff from Collecticon Studios. Oh yeah, and I will not flood you guys with a massive amount of videos in your subscription box. You know who you are. Alright, until next time, keep collecting.